At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Hello and welcome to Labor Lens. I am Sharon Ijason. On this week edition of the program, we'll be focusing on the need for more jobs to be created, especially for young persons. We also have news stories for you. We will be right back.
The Managing Director, Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, Barrister Oluwaseun Faleye, has identified technology, digital skills, and literacy as critical tools to boost service delivery in the operations of the fund and other government agencies. NSITF MD approved a partnership with the Digital Bridge Institute, DBI, and directed that a mini committee be put in place to work out all modalities for the training and retraining of the NSITF workforce in the area of digital literacy and proficiency. The agreement was reached between the two government parastatals during a courtesy visit by the President and CEO of the Digital Bridge Institute, David Desa.
Enhancing skills and connecting job seekers with top employers is the essence of the 2025 Job Fair, organized by the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association (NECA). Speakers at the event addressed the theme, Future Ready and Nursing Digital Skills.
Whether you want to be an entrepreneur or an employee, it's very important that you are able to navigate that digital world. If there's no word you are taking away from here, just write digital. Take it away from here. Digital. You have to be fluent. Now, in our own Nigerian context, we see digital skills. They have the power to address most of our pressing challenges, such as unemployment and the widening skill gap.
If you are looking in the wrong direction, you will not find the job. If the employer is not switching from the right pool, they will not find the job. So what NECA has done is to say, you know what, we are going to bridge that gap. We are going to create a platform where the employers that are looking for suitable candidates can actually have the opportunity, to interview on the spot.
The Federal Minister of Labour and Employment commended NECA for sustaining the Job Fair initiative, while also reaffirming the government's readiness to ensure the implementation of policies that enable businesses to thrive.
I extend my deep appreciation to all the partners who are here today and who have supported NECA to see through this very gigantic program. We thank you very much for this very wonderful contribution, and we look forward to partnering with you in all the other events that are coming, either from NECA or from the Ministry of Labour and Employment. What we normally do again is we ensure that there's always a panel session, what we call an inspiration session, where experts, subject matter experts from different areas, different sectors come and speak to the particular theme per year that the job seekers will listen to. So in this year, we spoke to digital skills and the need for the youth or for the job seeker to be future ready.
At the event, expert panels provided insights into the future of work, while job seekers had the opportunity to visit potential employers' exhibition stands, which showcased cutting-edge resources.
I strongly believe that this occasion, this gathering is one that is really pivotal to a lot of things, stemming from personal development to even the case of insecurity, if you think about it, because according to data, one of the major contributory factors to insecurity would be the inadequacy of opportunities for youth and young minds, and they eventually decide to go into things that are very illegal, to make ends meet. So I think if everyone has this opportunity, if everyone has an opportunity to be on this platform to enjoy the opportunities that we have enjoyed today, I mean, we've been able to interact with cross-reference of professionals from diverse fields, from agriculture to IT to human resource management and a whole lot of others. So I think opportunities like this would really go a long way to tackle not just the insecurity and not just the unemployability within amongst the youth in Nigeria, but I think it will also help in the growth development of the economy at large.
I think more opportunities like this should be created for individuals to be able to harness and network together and know about various employment opportunities that are available in the country. As we said, there are a lot of jobs available, and it's just for you to find out the skills you fit in and where you can be able to fix yourself. So opportunities like this is very much encouraging, and I am very much happy about it. I'm very much glad to be part of the program.
It's so much okay, because this is my first time being here, and I'm so happy of being here because of the opportunity, and so many people have been looking for this opportunity. But thank for NECA happy.
Actually, the way I see this job fair is just like a nice initiative, because this thing really help the job seekers. It's really help job seekers, because it's something like we normally used to submit our CV to some people that at times you will not see them, you don't see their response rather. But you know, this one, it will give us like an opportunity to see all these agency and even the employer directly. And by this, we submit our CV to them through the Google form and other means like Gmail. So I think this is the best initiative that the organizer did. But I think when I saw the update, it's just only for Lagos and Abuja. Yes, so it's only for we be happy if they can just extend this initiative to some states. That would be really good, better, because I'm really happy today for all this kind of people. At least, you know, when you are seeing your employer face to face, you will be happy, you will have hope. It's not as if someone will just telling you that there's jobs here, bring money, do this, do that. This is really like a good initiative.
I'm very impressed, and I'm very excited to be able to experience something like this, because this is my first ever job fair that I'm attending. I grew up outside Nigeria, so I've been able to attend several career fair, job fairs, and I've worked in several companies outside Nigeria. But coming back to Nigeria and having the opportunity to experience something like this, it goes a major way to show the impacts and the efforts the people of Nigeria are putting in order to reduce the issue of high unemployment in Nigeria. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm really impressed by the effort. This is amazing. So good job to the organizers, good job to everyone being involved, everyone that was involved in the planning of this program.
Okay, so I feel this will help a great deal, because I am actually like a beneficiary of this event. This day last year, I had my interview here, and today I have my job. A week after I was called and I have my job, and I'm still working there. It was as a result of this job fair. So I feel like this can be replicated in other states and cities. It will really help unemployment.
My view about this program is that, number one, as we know, we have a lot of graduates outside. But most of these graduates at times fail to know what is required for them to secure a job. So coming to a fair like this, at least meeting some possible HR, tendering your CVs, your experience, your course of study, he or she may be guided about what is expected of him to know and what is expected of him to have for him to secure his dream job. Because myself, as a typical example now, some of the employers I met today happens to point out some qualifications to me that, okay, if you know you want to study this, if you know you want to get employed in this field, you just have to do this, you just have to do that. So I believe when we have this kind of fear regularly, at least if no more than maybe 2 months or 3 months interval, probably job seekers might update themselves about what is required of them.
On the profile interview segment this week, I'll be speaking with the Director General of the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association. It tells me that it's important for Nigerians to comply with the new federal government policy, which states that we should buy Nigerian products. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having us once again.
NECA just concluded its 2025 annual job fair. Can you tell us why it's expedient for the organized private sector, specifically NECA, to come up with this initiative at this time?
Thank you for the question. For us, as you will agree, talents are the engine that drives productivity, drives growth. And for us at NECA, we realize that we can't just play the ostrich, leaving the issue of employability to the universities, leaving the issue of employability to government, or leaving the issue of employability to the polytechnics. So our foray into the employability scheme, of which the job fair is one, is to also provide opportunity for young Nigerians to be upskilled and to be reskilled, and then provide that critical opportunity for them to meet employers directly and interact with those employers so that they can get the much desired job or job opportunities that they crave for. Of greater importance to us is not only getting the jobs, because in the employability value chain for us, the students or candidates will go through a 2 to 3 weeks online training in soft skill and different other interventions by our team, so that they are prepared to meet the employers. So for those that peradventure they won't be opportune to get the jobs during the job fair, they're already equipped to try their luck and to try their potentials in other platforms or other job markets. So for us, it's an all-inclusive intervention, all towards addressing the critical issue of employment and unemployment.
During the 2025 NECA job fair, the Minister of Labour and Employment was in attendance, and he spoke about creating enabling policies that would make organized businesses thrive in the country. What is the organized private sector expectations in terms of policies from this present administration?
While we commend the present administration for what it has done, but there is still much more to be done. We still need to take a critical look at the regulatory environment. The regulatory environment is improving, but it's still a bit toxic. We want to commend the intervention of the Honorable Minister for Industry and Investment. We want to commend the intervention of the Director General of PEPEC, Princess Aldu. Commend the intervention of many agencies and other ministries and departments that are doing all they can to promote the organized private sector. And that is what we want basically from government. Make the regulatory environment more temperate, more hospitable, more friendly, in order to make organized businesses more competitive. Make the tax environment, the fiscal and monetary environment much more climate. We thank God and we thank the government that the 4 tax bill has now been passed. Hopefully implementation will commence in the next few weeks. And those are the critical things that we want. And lastly, the Buy Nigeria or Buy the Made in Nigeria policy of the government that was introduced a few days ago. We hope earnestly that government will give that policy the force of this administration, so that the ministries, departments, and agencies, they will do the right thing, patronize Made in Nigeria, and then we build confidence of all Nigerians, so that all of us together will continue to patronize Made in Nigerian goods. That is the solemn cry of organized businesses. And if these are done, you will have positioned the private sector to fulfill its objective of national development, fulfill its objective of job creation, and fulfill its objective of rapid national growth.
The issue of unemployment is not just a challenge that Nigerians are faced with. It's a global challenge. With your experience, serving as one of the board members of the International Labour Organization, what do you think needs to be done to ensure that the market is open for more young people, most especially, to have access to jobs? Your organization has come up with an annual job fair. Do you think we should have many other job fairs, or what are the practical solutions to this challenge?
Thank you. I think we'll need to come up with more strategic and more focused plan, and I'll explain. Now, traditionally, for jobs to be created, you need a thriving private sector. Now the private sector is challenged globally with multiplicity of issues, multidimensional challenges that is facing. But while we continue to strive to resolve the challenges that the private sector is facing, there's also the need for us to be a bit futuristic in the context of our interventions. AI is now the in thing, is already with us, is dominating the employment space. And beyond the issue of creating jobs, for us to keep the wheel of job creation going, we also need to leverage on two fundamental concepts or reality that is facing us now. First is the ICT reality. We need to create a platform for young persons to maximize the opportunity that AI provides, to maximize the opportunity that the internet, the ICT provides, and also maximize the opportunity in the green economy, the circular economy. So while we look focusing on the white collar jobs, focusing on the traditional manufacturing jobs, there are also massive opportunity in ICT, in artificial intelligence, and in the green economy that we must be deliberate to create policies and to support organizations that are poised to create jobs in those environments. According to the HILO, there are millions and millions of untapped jobs, untapped in the green economy. I think it's time for government to also give some attention to the opportunities that exist in the green economy, in the renewable energy space, and in the ICT. For us in NECA, as you're probably aware, we have also delved into the concept of AI. We're currently running a free AI course for young Nigerians, basically to just introduce them to the concept of AI and let them see the massive opportunities and job opportunities that exist within the context of AI. And 2 years ago, the focus of the job fair was basically on green economy. It's on green jobs because there's massive opportunity also in green jobs. So we need to be deliberate beyond looking at the traditional manufacturing services jobs, the opportunities that exist in these two other concepts, these two other realities. I think we need to explore them, and that is the way to go to address the issue of unemployment in Nigeria. Our situation is not peculiar to the situation of Europe, America, or Asia, because we have very young and dynamic population, unlike those continents that the population is already aging.
Speaking about the future, very well you've spoken about artificial intelligence, you've spoken about the green economy and the prospects that it has. As an experienced person in the world of work and as a DG of NECA, I'd like to ask, would you say that there are skills gap towards ensuring that there are opportunities within the space that is emerging?
You know, the skill gap is quite alarming. It will surprise you. It is quite alarming, the level of skill gap that currently exists. And you know, for all of us, both employers and the organized labor, I think the time for us to take the issue of reskilling, upskilling, the time for us to face it frontally is now, and even for government, because the world of work is changing, new technologies, in order to reduce the cost of production. And if the workers that are supposed to fill in those gaps are not equipped or trained to fill in those gaps, then you have a big challenge dealing with artificial intelligence. You have a big challenge dealing with automation, because automation, AI, will progressively get some people out of jobs. Even when the world has been shy to come out and say AI will actually knock off some jobs, the reality is, and from recent research, is that 1 out of 4 jobs is at risk of being wiped out, of being taken over by AI. And that's the reality for us. So upskilling, in-skilling, reskilling, they are the things that we must take very seriously, because the skill gap that we currently have is quite wide and quite unimaginable.
On a final note, can we talk about the small, medium enterprise? I understand that your organization is also looking out for people that fall within this range. trying to encourage entrepreneurs. Why would you say it's important at this point in time, to start engaging small businesses?
Globally, the small SMEs and MSMEs, they're actually the engine of growth, engine of development for any country. The number or the massive transaction that goes on within the context of the MSME, the SMEs, and even delving back to the informal sector is quite alarming. And we believe strongly that to drive this economy or to aid the rapid rejuvenation of this economy, the rapid renaissance of this economy, we need to give attention to the MSMEs. We started our foray into MSME many years ago. And with the support of the International Labour Organization, we have gone around this country to the north, to the east, to the west, to the south, training MSMEs, helping them to upskill, and helping them also to position themselves in such a way that they can maximize the opportunity that exists in this economy. So MSME is a concern for us, is an interest for us, and we'll continue to promote MSME.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having us once again.
And that's all we can take on today's edition of the program. Join us next week for a fresh edition of the show. I am Sharon Ijason. Thanks for watching, and remember that labor creates wealth.